to the next thing we'll talk about. I just a few minutes ago watched Ghosted. Ghosted is a movie that's Apple TV Plus original that's coming out tomorrow. I was supposed to see this like earlier this week, but I always had troubles with the sponsors or with the Apple TV stuff. But I finally figured it out. The problem obviously the problem was me. I figured out what the problem was. So I figured that out, I think, last night, and I watched it today. So this is a comedy, romance comedy action about a boy who falls in love with a girl. And that girl turns out to be a super spy. Super CIA kick-ass spy. This is almost like True Lies, but like gender reverse kind of thing. This movie was very campy, where it played onto those tropes for the standard kick-ass super spy, and then the love interest that's along for the ride. Oh my God, what's going on? But they switched it where it was this time the woman was the spy, and the man was just the love interest that's just freaking out. Oh my God, what's going on? And when I say campy in the beginning, I mean that it really, I felt like some parts of the movie, it felt like it was like making fun of itself, like it's making fun of those types of romance comedy movies. And then the other part,
the simple fact that you've got Captain America who's playing the damsel in
distress. Yeah. So I felt like they were making fun.
Yeah.
And then but then at some parts of the movies I was like, okay, that's funny, but I wasn't mad about that, but I was like, but the jokes weren't really landing all that great. At first I thought this could have just been a romance a romance comedy that didn't have the action in it. I thought their chemistry was real good together. I forgot that they were Knives Out together. We're talking about Chris Evans and Ana de Armos. They were in that together. If I'm not mistaken, Scarlett Johansson might have been originally set to do this role, but for some reason she didn't do it, and then Ana de Armos did a great job in it. My only criticism of this movie was that it was too long. They could have shaved about 15 to 20 minutes out of this movie for the pacing on it. And
did it feel a little slow at times?
Very slow. The first half was too slow, but when it finally got to that second half, when it crossed that midpoint, when it picked up, it picked up.
So I could hear him laughing and yelling.
My wife
I was working
downstairs. I'm up here. I'm in the studio watching this in the studio, and I'll tell you exactly. I'm not going to tell you anything about what happened in it, but I'll tell you this: there are cameos in this movie that's all she heard. Every cameo. What? That person's in this? Every 5 minutes. I'll tell you this. There are cameos that happen back to back within like 5 minutes. Like it was just quick cameos. Just boom, 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 boom. And then I thought, that's it. Then the movie kept going on. By the end of the movie, we're at the last 10, 20 minutes of the movie. One more surprise. Boom, cameo that, and she heard me again like 20, 30 minutes later. What? That person? So
these have to be like A-list stars.
I'm telling you, this movie was a little too long, a little too campy. You get what it was trying to do, but the cameos made it the payoff. That was the payoff. Those jokes landed so hard and it's worth it. Should they have made this movie go to theaters? No. This is a perfect streaming movie.
Why do you say that?
Because I just don't think it would have made as much money. This would have not made that much money. In the theaters. It's not
gonna draw the audience.
It's not gonna draw the audience that well. It's like I said, some of the comedy just didn't land as that they were trying to do. The campiness and the stereotypical. They even had the stereotypical over dramatic villain that would monologue too long and stuff like that. Like these jokes work better for cartoons, but it just would not have worked in theaters. I think direct to streaming with Apple TV was perfect. But the cameos, watch that. I recommend this movie. I would give it a. I don't know if am I a B minus or am I a C plus? I'm gonna say C plus because on the borderline of a B. Maybe tomorrow I'll say B minus because of the fact that I don't feel like it was worth going to theaters for it. It's a perfect streaming movie, and I'm already prone to say C from that. So I'm gonna say C. I'll say C plus.
Oh, see, I was on the border on that for Renfield too. I'm like, is it C plus or is it B minus? But I'm like, it's B plus. But if you're saying because of,
I mean, that's just me. That's just where I'm going with it. But those cameos, I feel like it stuck the landing.
And you enjoyed it.
There's more things I enjoyed than I didn't like it. But those two or three things that I didn't like, that's what brought it from an A to a B to a possible C. Maybe I'll say B. I will probably watch it again. I want my wife to see it. I went downstairs. I said I wasn't going to recommend this movie for you, even though it's a comedy. But when I finished the cameos, I'm like, no, you have got to see this movie because when she sees all the cameos, she will think this is a good. She might give this a better grade than I would.
I'll say knowing me, probably so.
She's probably going to say this is a B plus or an A minus. That I can already tell because the last cameo, she's going to flip her lid. She's going to go crazy for it. So I recommend
me to watch it.
I'm telling you, if you have Apple TV Plus, watch this movie because Chris Evans does a great job with playing the damsel in distress. Anna convinced me that she needs to probably be in the MCU. She's convinced me. I want to see her in more action roles.
You know, she is going to be in an action role. She's going to be in her own ballerina spinoff.
I knew that, and I forgot about. So now I'm more looking forward to some more because there was some action scenes where it was. I mean, come on, like she weighs 130, and she's fighting a dude that's like 7 foot tall. I mean, obviously the physics of it wasn't believable, but her performance of it was good.
And she did well on SNL with her little
for comedy. Yeah,
she did really well in that James Bond No Time to Die. She was very good.
That I have not seen.
She was very good in that. Even though she was in a small role in that film, she was like another spy in that film. So
she plays a good spy.
Same character. I'm saying I'm looking at that picture. I think Chris Evans likes to be in that position.
Dude, that poster explains the whole movie. Because at first I'm like ghosted. I'm like obviously we know what ghosted means when somebody like disappears and doesn't contact you again. Yeah. And then so when I first saw the poster, I was like, okay, so this is just a romantic comedy where these two people are. And then I was like, well, wait, what's that? I didn't see the trailer before. I didn't know what this movie was about. And I was like, what's that explosion going on in the background? So I was like, wait, is that a gun? So I was like, wait, so I thought maybe this was a play on Mr. and Mrs. Smith. But no, but just like my wife said, no, she's the badass CIA agent. He's the damsel in distress. And it's funny. I'll give it that. I laughed a lot. It was mostly the cameos that did it for me. But he did a good job playing the damsel in distress, and she did a good job playing the super badass spy. So overall, yeah, I recommend it. So go check it out. If you got Apple TV Plus, check out Ghosted. It was pretty funny.